This new X-Men casting is amazing. A few days ago, Disney hosted their annual event called D23, where they basically announce all their upcoming projects and just get everyone excited for what's to come in the future. Obviously, there were a few things you would expect to be mentioned. The insane success of Spider-Man Brand New Day, the enormous cinematic event that is Avengers Doomsday coming out later this year, and of course, the casting for the new X-Men reboot movie. As expected, all of these topics were mentioned, and we even got a new trailer for Doomsday which looks 10 times better than the first. But something I thought was way more interesting was the X-Men casting. Bear in mind, I'm not a huge Marvel fan and I've only watched the first X-Men movie, but for some reason I found myself theorizing over who would be casted. Anyway, let me just tell you who was casted and why I think it's so good. I think the biggest and most controversial so far of the castings has been Indy Navarrete as Rogue. If you know me, you will know I love Obsession, and I'm really glad to see Indy Navarrete getting a big role after having probably the performance of a lifetime in Obsession. I know people are mad Kaylee Spaney didn't get it, and I was kind of rooting for Kaylee Spaney, but I really wasn't expecting Indy to get it, and obviously I'm happy with this. The one we already knew was Sadie Sink as Jean Grey. Obviously we knew that from Spider-Man Brand New Day. I thought she was really good in Spider-Man, and I think she'll definitely be a better Rogue than the one we had in the previous X-Men movies. Because to be honest, the old Rogue wasn't that interesting, and I think it was a lot of wasted potential, which hopefully isn't wasted in this movie. Next up, we have Kit Connor as Cyclops. Honestly, I hadn't heard of this guy until he was casted, but I definitely see him being Cyclops. This is once again a character I thought was wasted in the older X-Men movies. I thought James Marsden's Cyclops was definitely pushed aside for Wolverine, so he was kind of done dirty. Hopefully that doesn't happen with Kit Connor. We also have Maya Boyd as Storm. I really like this casting. She looks like an exact replica of a comic book Storm. I don't actually know any of Maya Boyd's works. I think she mainly works in theatre. But yeah, judging solely off appearance, she definitely looks the part, and right now that's all we really need. Then we've got Samara Weaving as Emma Frost. I think this is genuinely a perfect casting. Samara Weaving just looks exactly like what a real-life version of Emma Frost should look like. She's also a really good actor, so that kind of helps with it. I heard she was really good in the Ready or Not movies. I liked her in that opening scene in Scream. Yeah, I think she'll do really well. Next, we have Christopher Abbott as Professor X. I honestly don't know who the hell this guy is, but once again, judging solely off appearance, I think he could be good. But it is going to be hard for him to top Patrick Stewart. He's just really iconic, and it's going to be hard to replace him. And finally, we have Adam Driver as Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister has never actually been in any live-action Marvel project, so he'll be making his debut in 2 years' time. I think it goes without saying that this is a great casting. Adam Driver is obviously a phenomenal actor, and it is surprising that he doesn't already have a role in Marvel. He does look like he's going to be a really good Mr. Sinister, but I guess we'll have to wait and see on May 5th, 2028. Still a long way to go. I'll be honest, this Marvel lock-in has to be studied. In those few years after Endgame, it looked like they were never going to return to the heights they were during the Infinity Saga. But now they've just made $2 billion in a few weeks with Spider-Man. Doomsday is coming this December, and the marketing has been so good. And now we've got the X-Men casting, which I've seen all over the internet. So yeah, the comeback is looking insane. On the other hand, we have DC, who look absolutely terrible. And it's looking like James Gunn is going to announce a Condiment King trilogy before we get the Batman Part 2. I think DC just really need to do what Marvel do. Just give the people what they want. I know that Clayface movie looks amazing, but your average guy is not turning up to the theaters to watch a Clayface movie. James Gunn really needs to stop trying to come up with the most niche superhero possible and actually do something which will make some money. But yeah, DC really needs to take some notes from Marvel. And that's about all I've got to say. Click the video on the screen if you want to hear my thoughts about Spider-Man Brand New Day.